In the big deals, are the team leader involved? Are you involved? It's a team. It's a team play. How it works?
Oh, awesome question. Awesome question. This is one of the hardest things I found as moving into sales management. Is what's the right level of engagement? And um, my personal management style is to try and have the level of engagement dictated bottom up. So we'll obviously have a lot of visibility over the larger deals, and there's some, considerable outliers in our pipeline. And we'll be keeping a regular review on them, and regular conversations will be had with each of those AEs. And then the question will regularly be raised. Okay, whom are we meeting? Do we have the right level of coverage for this meeting coming up within the next week? What's their level? Do we need any comparable level of Zesty individual who's going to be joining this call, whether it's coming from a technical perspective or whether it's coming from the business perspective. I'm very lucky to have a very engaged C-level. So our CEO, CTO, and CRO are all very engaged in wanting to contribute to the opportunities as and when they can. And so we'll regularly ask that question of the AE. At what point do they think that it's relevant in order to pull in C-level engagement for that deal in order to enable it to move forwards? And the purpose of pulling in, of escalating engagement is twofold. One, to enable it at the beginning of the process to show that we're backing this opportunity, and you've got the right level of oversight from the Zesty perspective. And then later in the process, once obviously we try escalating it to on the customer side, then they should have the right level of understanding of whom they're talking to. As well, one of the things that we're regularly looking to do from escalating engagement levels is we want the customer to want to buy into our long-term vision. We're actually very lucky to have an incredible net retention rate. Our customers stay with us for a long time. I mean, we've been around for 3.5 years, and we want
they
them
can't
to buy
leave.
into...
They see the price.
Exactly. I mean, I'm lucky to be selling a no-brainer product, but we want them to understand where the journey's going. And so for that, we also escalate engagement levels. So we say, we try to pull in C-level as early as possible, particularly on those larger accounts, particularly on, those major household names, to say, this is the journey that we're building at Zesty. This is how it's going to be impacting you, and we want to be taking this journey together. And so that conversation takes place quite early as well. So there's various escalation opportunities, but again, this comes down to asking the AE to dictate to us, as we don't want to, encroach too much on their opportunities. We want everybody to be their manager and the manager of their pipeline as much as possible.